welcome back to my channel. My name is Pika and I do fragrance reviews. So welcome back all of my fragrance fanatics. Today is an exciting video as always. Every week I shall be giving you guys exciting videos, and this one is actually a collab. I know, right? Like, me collab? Wow. Like, I was super duper excited about it. And I'm actually collabing with probably one of my favorite female fragrance YouTubers, and her name is Giselle. I shall put her channel here. She is an absolutely gorgeous lady. She does really amazing and quite informative fragrance videos, which I really appreciate. I really look up to her in terms of her like fragrance collection. I think her taste in fragrance is just incredible, and I feel like we do have really similar tastes in fragrances, which is usually quite rare because I guess, you know, everyone is very different when it comes to fragrances. We all have our, you know, our likes, our dislikes, and with the fragrances that she shows on her channel, I honestly, there isn't one fragrance that she's shown so far that I dislike. And I do have a mix of both designer, niche, and luxury designer. So there will be at least one fragrance for you ladies out there. Where do I even start? Oh my gosh, there's just so many. There's literally 9 fragrances. I wish we could have done more, but I think 9 is a good, you know, is a good amount of fragrances. So the first one, which is also the most inexpensive, so I'm going from inexpensive to most expensive, is of course my baby Black Opium Floral Shock. And you guys can see already how much I've worn this fragrance, and I have a really big collection. This was a love at first sniff for me 4 or so years ago. It is amazing. This to me is much nicer than the original Black Opium, even though I love that scent. This is a white floral with pear and coffee. It is absolutely delicious. Really creamy white florals, nothing abrasive in here at all. And then obviously it has this really juicy pear, which gives it a little bit of fruitness. And then you do have the underlying opium DNA, so that's the caramelly, coffee-y type scent just in the base. So I think it's best of both worlds because it's fresh with the white florals and the pear in the opening, but then also quite sweet and coffee, gourmandish in the base. So in terms of guys, especially gentlemen, men, they love this. The amount of compliments that I've had from guys with this fragrance is just insane. So that is Black Opium Floral Shock. So the next fragrance that I have is a cult classic, and if you guys don't know this fragrance, you're really missing out because this is a sex bomb. What is it called? It is called Manifesto by Yves Saint Laurent. This is a beautiful green, slightly berry-like, quite bitter and acidic in the top, with this vanillic balsamic woody base. This has, I believe, obviously some vanilla, some cashmere. This is to die for. It really projects very well. I think the performance on this is amazing. It's also quite good year round, especially for Valentine's, because it has that fresh opening, but then it does become a little bit more sultry with the vanilla and the woods. So it's just a sex bomb. Like, it's super duper feminine, very gorgeous. So you guys have probably tried this already, so I don't have to go too in depth with this one. So that is Manifesto by Yves Saint Laurent. So the next one that I have, you guys, is of course my baby, my babes, Champaca Absolute by Tom Ford. Now, why is this in a Valentine's Day fragrance video. It's because I find it super duper sexy, and it also lures men so well that it's actually kind of scary, because I've worn this quite a few times, and every single time that I've worn it, because it has a really great projection, guys just come from here, there and everywhere. This is one of those fragrances that you have to kind of go a little bit easy on the trigger, but it is delicious. This is chestnut booze, so I believe it has cognac in here, or rum, and then it also has, of course, that marron glacé, so the glazed chestnuts. Oh, it is amazing. And of course it has Champaca, which is this yellow floral scent. So overall it's creamy, it's a little bit woody and a little bit dry from the liquor or the alcohol that's in here. It's just amazing. This is perfect for like a clubbing night out or a really saucy date night. This is a saucy Valentine's date night. This is not your typical, you know, airy fairy picnic date night with your mister. This is a little bit more saucy. So that's Champaca Absolute from Tom Ford. So the next one I have, you guys, is a recent pickup of mine, and I've been savoring my sample for literally ages. I've been a little bit cheap in that sense, where I've been just like holding on to this one sample and just sniffing it like this every day, like, oh, bit like Gollum, you know. It's a very beautiful fragrance, and I saw a picture from Lauren Redolescence. I shall put her picture up here, and she kind of just gave me that last push to finally get this fragrance, and it had 25% off on All Beauty, so that was kind of like the last straw for me, seeing that amazing voucher. So please check out All Beauty if you haven't, if you're in the UK or in Europe, because you will be able to get an amazing discount for this one. So it's called Royal Elixir by Ormonde. This is the intense version of Amber Royale. If you guys have not tried that one is an awesome fragrance as well. A little bit similar to Alien, I find. This one, wow, is very strong. Apparently, from what I remember the guy saying, it has 42% natural concentration, so it's like the highest extrait that you can get, but for a really good price. I think that's amazing for the price that you can get for this. This has jasmine, orchid, has green notes in the top, and obviously that amber that pulls it all together. But what I find with this one, and I noticed this with the sample as well, it opens quite peppery and very greeny, which I love, and then has an indolic type jasmine. So it's not like your typical white floral kind of clean scent. No, this is a little bit more leaning to indolic, not animalic. It's not going there at all, but it's, what I mean by that, it's much more intense and much more creamy, and I believe there's some cedar in here. So overall it's woody, it's sweet from the amber and from the florals, and has a lot of pepperiness, but this is a beast. So this is for a guy, as in if you're wearing this for a guy or for a girl that is more into intense, darker fragrances. This is for a seductress, if that's even a word. This is for your femme fatale. This is not your normal, you know, girly kind of version personality. So if you guys have not tried this one, please do. This is Royal Elixir from Ormonde. So the next one, guys, should not come as a surprise at all, and this is Feminine Pluriel by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. And the reason why I love this fragrance for Valentine's is because this is a really easygoing but also quite sexy fragrance. It has all sorts of florals in here. It has iris, orange blossom, jasmine, iris, rose. It's very floral heavy, but then also has this beautiful vetiver base, which kind of just cuts through all of the florals. It gives this a chypre quality, a little bit different to other fragrances, but also still very crowd pleasing. It's very hard to describe. It's just a plush floral bouquet with a little bit of woodiness, a little bit of sharpness with that chypre type quality, and it is to die for. If you've not tried this one, guys, it is amazing. So that is Feminine Pluriel by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. The next one, guys, is of course one of my most favorite fragrances of all time, Rouge Malachite from Armani Privé collection. This is oh my gosh, every time I smell it, it just, wow, it does something to me. It really does. It's very rare for a fragrance to do this to me, but it does. It makes me go a little bit nuts. So what does this smell like? This is a tuberose, amber, and a little bit green scent with that sage in the top. And it has pink pepper, which gives it a little bit of spice when you first have the opening. But it then dries down into like a sexy mama of Alien. Like Alien as it is quite sexy, but this is like sexy, sexy. This is very, very plush, creamy, seductive white floral scent with that amber. The amber gives it a little bit more depth and a little bit more stickiness and resinousness. So if you've not tried this one, guys, it is to die for. Guys absolutely go nuts over this one, and it also lasts and projects amazingly well. So that is Rouge Malachite from Armani. The next one, guys, should not come as a surprise, and that is Ylang in Gold by M.Micallef or M.Micallef. As you can see, I have drained my bottle. I've had this for a very long time and I've been just savoring it for the longest time, but it's finally time for me to buy the bigger 100ml bottle. So what does Ylang in Gold smell like? I feel personally it's quite an exotic fragrance. Oh my lord. So good. It has Ylang, it has this creamy, almost like tonicness in the base, very vanilla. It's almost like, and I've described this in a previous video of mine, it's like if you had an exotic fruit salad with vanilla ice cream on top, but then with roses and with yellow florals in a bouquet in the background. So if you kind of, I don't know, mix those two things together, that is what creates this fragrance. It is to die for, very good longevity, decent projection, and it is just a masterpiece. I love it. This is Ylang in Gold by M.Micallef. Alright, you guys, so the next fragrance is a new addition again to my fragrance collection, and it's also quite an easygoing fragrance. This is for a little bit of a close encounter with either your Mr. or Mrs. This is for the more romantic, less saucy Valentine's Day night, if you know what I mean. This is for a picnic. This is for a really cute date to the cinema. Casablanca Lily from Byredo. This is from their Night Veils collection. Absolutely gorgeous scent. This is a clean white floral, but it does have a little bit of darkness to it with some plum and honey. So the actual lily itself doesn't exist in this fragrance, but they've made it with tuberose and carnation. Check out my last video for me to describe it. And then of course it has this really beautiful fruitiness and sweetness, stickiness with that honey and plum in the base. So that is Byredo Casablanca Lily. Alright, you guys, so the last fragrance that I have is the most expensive fragrance, but it is an absolute beauty. This is called Ahlam or Ahlam by Roja, and I think this was dedicated to a singer, like a famous singer, and of course I guess she wanted to create a fragrance that represented her, and this is to die for. Oh my goodness. This is a little bit similar to Enigma Oud, which I have here, which is also an amazing Valentine's Day fragrance. But this one is a little bit sweeter, I find. It has a lot of different notes. It has almonds, blossom, it has ylang, geranium, powdery notes. But overall, what I get from this is a beautifully blended floral bouquet with sweetness from some kind of fruit I'm detecting, and then has a little bit of powderiness, but not in a musky, dusty kind of way, not in a makeup type of way. It's very hard to describe. It's almost like powdered almonds, is that a thing? Like not marzipan, but powdered almonds, and then goes into a really beautiful oud base. So this is a very easygoing oud fragrance. You can hardly detect it, but when you do, it is to die for. This is very elegant, grown lady with a really soft touch. She has a really beautiful, bubbly personality. So that is Ahlam by Roja Dove. So you guys, that is it for my video. I really hope that you enjoyed yourselves. I certainly did. I love doing these types of videos, and of course the collab is amazing. Please check out Giselle if you haven't before. She has one of the best tastes, again, in fragrances that I've ever seen on YouTube. So see you later, guys. Bye.